Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Alexis and yeah, it's been a while. I think the last time I posted a video was maybe February-ish. It is now October and y'all, I'm gonna give you a quick recap of life and then I'm gonna go into our baby shower recap. The last time I talked to you, we had just gotten back from vacation. My cousin got married on a cruise ship. We went to the Bahamas. It was so much fun. I was sipping on some scissor, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, a few weeks go by, life continued. We got back to work, got back to our normal schedules and everything. And honestly, out of nowhere, one day, my husband was like, babe, I think you're pregnant. And I was like, whatever do you mean? Like, not I, said the fly. I was like, no, I'm not. Well, it turns out I was. Went to the doctor. This was way after the vacation, by the way. This was not immediately after. But I want to say back sometime in the middle of March is when we found out. And yeah, there was a lot going on around that time. So I was excited, obviously, because I get to bring this new life into the world, and get to be a mother and get to be, I don't know, like this. I've always wanted to be a mother, but I didn't know if I would ever become one, like, naturally. For whatever reason, I always thought we would probably end up adopting or something, but, life be lifing and things work out how they're supposed to, right? So, around March, when we found out, it was a few days before someone very important to me passed away. So we chose to hold on to the secret of being pregnant for a while because, we wanted to give the family time to grieve and things like that. And I also didn't want to say something too early. And, I just didn't want to say anything too early and get people's hopes up. So the goal was to probably wait till closer to 10 weeks to say something, but we did end up telling people around, I want to say probably like 7 to 8 weeks is when we told family. Of course, people were excited. I'm the oldest child. First off, I have a blended family on both sides, but I'm the oldest out of everybody, but the last to give my parents a grandbaby. So before I actually get into the official baby shower recap, I'm gonna go into the recap of the gender reveal first because I never posted this anywhere. Y'all, I really just wanted a low-key pregnancy because I just feel like when you start telling everybody everything, it's like just not, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say it's not sacred, but I wanted to enjoy it on my own first. And I got the opportunity and I'm glad. So we're going to talk about the gender reveal first, and then we'll move on to the baby shower recap. I know this video might seem a little all over the place. It's a video I wanted to make for a while, but I guess I'm scatterbrained. I don't know, but we're just gonna keep going with the flow. So if you're still here with me at this point, thank you, and let's move on. So back in June, that's when we had our gender reveal. We started telling the family I was pregnant probably around like 8-ish weeks, but we found out the gender at 10 weeks, okay? My mom, my mom was just so sure. She'll be like, oh, it's a girl, it's okay. You don't have to tell me. You can tell me and tell no one else. Which I thought was so funny because I never confirmed or denied it. We chose to, keep it small, keep it intimate. I love all the people in my life, but it's like we live in a different state than where we both grew up. And so really our only friends that are local ish are like people we friended from work or something. And with me being a hairstylist, it's like I don't expect everyone I work with or worked with in the past to all request off on a Saturday to come eat, you know? So we just decided to keep it small and intimate, and we went to Cheddar's, which Cheddar's is so good, but y'all know they don't really have mac and cheese on the menu. You would think they would have mac and cheese on the menu. I'm just saying, maybe it's just me. When I think of cheddar, I think of cheese, but that's besides the point. I prepared this poster board, and it was kind of like a game of tic-tac-toe, except instead of X's and O's being on the plates that we used, I actually drew on like blue and pink hearts. And the original plan for this was to make it to where I could kind of have the results of it's a boy, or to where I could have the results of there is no result. Because the true reveal was going to be a cake. So if you don't know by now, we're having a girl. But we wanted to trick my mom. Well, I did. I think my husband was just a supporting character. But I wanted to trick my mom because she was so sure it was a girl. And she was right. But I didn't want to tell her that. So during this game, we, like I said, Kenny and I actually took turns flipping over the plates. We didn't like plan who was going to flip what. He just knew that I knew that these plates were going to result in no result, okay? You ain't going to get boy or girl. I want to say halfway through us flipping these plates over, my mom is in the background talking about, they're tricking us. And I couldn't stop laughing because it was true. It was just so funny. I was crying. Yes, I was crying, but I was crying from laughing so hard. That's what was happening, okay? At the end of the game where we were flipping over the plates, everyone was like, oh my gosh, like there's no result. Why y'all do that to us? I said, why not? Like we got to keep you on your toes, right? So I told everyone that we would actually reveal the gender after we ate. And everyone was like, no, we don't want to wait. I said, well, y'all ain't got no choice. So we ate our food and socialized, and we brought out a cake. Well, our waitress brought out our cake, and it said Baby Lopez is a girl. And yes, my mom was definitely right, and she got the joy of being able to say she was right. So that was a lot of fun. So now we're moving on to the official baby shower. Our baby shower was October 11th. It was a Saturday, of course. And it was mostly family. We had some friends show up, and it was fun. This whole pregnancy, I've been saying I don't look pregnant, but I really wasn't looking pregnant because, y'all, I literally lost so much weight in the first trimester. There was a lady who came into the salon one day. This was not even my client. This lady comes in and she goes, "Ooh, girl, you looking good. Like you lost you some weight." I was like, thanks, but I'm not trying to. So anyway, I had lost so much weight, and even now, without clothes, I'm still like 2 or 3 pounds under my pre-pregnancy weight. So I just been going around thinking I look fat, and I'm content with that because I think I'm a cute thickums. You know what I'm saying? I'll take pride in that. But it wasn't until like honestly these past couple weeks where I actually felt like I looked pregnant. Not that that's super important. Like what's more important is having a healthy baby. But it was easy for me to kind of slide by at work and not tell my clients until the end that I was even pregnant because I was wearing all black in the salon. So people didn't know unless I told them. And I wasn't going to just tell anyone. I was only telling my regulars, like people that consistently came and saw me every 4 to 6 weeks. So they're the only ones who kind of knew I was pregnant this whole time. But again, I digress. So going back to the baby shower, I wanted to host my own games because I just like hosting parties. When my other siblings had baby showers, I was the person who pretty much executed the games and helped like kind of keep us on track. Not that there's like an itinerary or anything, but I was just that person that they told me what they wanted and then I just kind of executed it, and I found so much joy in it and a lot of fun. So I wanted to do that for my own event. And of course, when it came time where I needed assistance, like I summoned my sister Ari for assistance if I needed it. But as far as like executing games and things like that, Ari helped me, but I really had a lot of fun like being able to kind of direct the room, I guess you could say. We were kind of going for a Princess Tiana, Princess and the Frog theme, but not spot on. Like, we wanted it to look, beautiful, neutral, with elements of that Princess and the Frog, and I think we achieved that. As far as decor, things were exactly what I wanted it to be. We got a good amount of the items from Amazon and my stepmom, so she was able to provide us with a lot of decor as well. I'm just really happy with how things turned out visually, and just having a bunch of people there that I love and that care about me just kind of was the icing on top of the cake, or the cherry on top of the icing. You know what I'm trying to say. Let's talk about the food. For the food, when I say the village came together, the village came together. So my stepdad prepared Alfredo. We had chicken Alfredo. We had a pan with shrimp and a pan without shrimp, because you never know if someone has an allergy or something like that. We also had meatballs, which he also prepared, and they were the barbecue meatballs. They were so good. Like, there was only 3.5 meatballs left by the end of the day. 3.5. So I think they were definitely like the silent favorite for sure. As far as other protein goes, we did have fried chicken. If you have a Publix near you, order your chicken from Publix. That chicken be hitting. Get the breaded. It be hitting, and you can get it with your dipping sauces too. For desserts, we had a little cake. This cake was found on Pinterest. It was like, I had a little Pinterest inspo. Also got that made at Publix, and it was vanilla, and it was so fluffy and moist. And so many people said they loved how it tasted. So I'm glad we chose to go with them. But it was just a cute little heart-shaped green cake, and it had like little daisies on it, or lilies. It had little flowers on it, and we had a cake topper that said, "Our little princess is on the way." And that came from Amazon, so it was so pretty. We also had these cookies made. One of my mom's coworkers, she made these shortbread cookies, and some of them were like Princess Tiana, like a little baby, like a little toddler Princess Tiana. Some of them were just the crown. Some of them were just the name Tiana, because our daughter's name is Tiana. She responds to it already in the womb. And we also had these strawberry cheesecake cups. My husband came through with them cheesecake cups, and I'm proud of him because he worked so late the night before, and they were really delicious, and he pushed through. So they were so good. Editing Lex here. I completely forgot to mention my mom made these yummy fruit cups. They were so good, and I definitely didn't want people to have to like pick at a fruit tray, so she came through with these fruit cups for us. The last item for food, we did have like regular drinks like water, sodas, that sort of thing, but my stepdad also prepared this like green punch, because on Pinterest I found like a swamp drink or swamp water. That juice was delicioso. It had sherbet in it, okay? Now we're gonna move on to the games because the games are always my weakness. It's always my favorite. So for the first game, we started out with a sock folding race. I know that sounds crazy, but the way it was set up is we had 2 teams. Everyone had to line up, and we had 2 tables with little baby socks mixed up. One person from each team had to run up, hurry up, match a pair of socks, go to the end of the line, and the next person could run up. Whichever team finished first was the team that won, pretty much. We did 2 rounds of that. Each team got a chance to win at least once. But that one was fun, and I was like, thank y'all for doing the baby's laundry. So the next game we ended up playing was kind of like musical chairs, but instead of musical chairs, we had a line of baby bottle pops. Y'all remember? Baby bottle pops, baby. Anyway, it was baby bottle pops. And I think we had about 8 or 9 people participate in this one. They just go around in a circle. When the music stops, you got to hurry up and grab you a baby bottle pop. So that one was fun. But that first round of everyone going around the table was wild because they almost they did knock one of the tables over. And I was like, y'all, we pay renter's insurance, but I don't think it covers this space. So let's not be so aggressive when we grab this candy. So it was kind of fun watching people like play that one because I didn't expect everyone to enjoy it so much, but they did. So that was a lot of fun. And we did have one winner for that. The next game we played was definitely bingo. Bingo is one of my favorite games to play at literally any event, like Thanksgiving, 4th of July stuff, anything. Basically, I had found like a baby bingo card. Well, they have like 50 of them, but I found a baby bingo card set on Etsy, and all I had to do is print it out. And I use these little pebbles that people normally use for decor in their sink. We use the pebbles as like the markers for the game so that we can reuse these for future baby showers. We did about 2 rounds of bingo, so that one was fun. We thought we had a tie, but there actually was a winner. They just didn't say it loud enough. So yeah, we did 2 rounds of that, and that was so much fun. And for the last game, there was a game that I wanted to do, but I completely forgot about it. And we kind of were like, I don't want to say we were on a time crunch, but we were going longer than I had expected, which is good because that means we were getting lost in the sauce. We were having so much fun that we didn't realize time was flying by. So the last game we played before we actually ate was called Dirty Diaper. And basically we had 8 different diapers. Well, we had 2 of each chocolate, okay? But we took 8 diapers, melted chocolate in each one, and people had to write down what they thought that chocolate was. So that was a lot of fun. And I told everyone, I said, I really hope this does not ruin your appetite. But yeah, we're playing Dirty Diaper. And that one, like I said, that one was a lot of fun. There were 8 options. The person who won got 6 out of 8 correct. And then for 2nd and 3rd place, they were tied, and they each got 5 out of 8 correct. So I just love that everyone participated in that one. And yeah, that one was a fave for sure. Like at other baby showers, like I said, if one of my siblings wants me to like host the games for it and stuff, we definitely gonna have to do that for them. Or any friends, do that for them too. After we ate, we moved on to gifts. We got so much stuff. Honestly, we got everything we needed for Tiana and more. So we were blessed, okay? I'm so grateful. I had a friend come over a couple days later to kind of help me get things organized because I was a bit overwhelmed with all the things. I'm not used to having so much stuff surrounding me. So she helped me get that stuff under control. After we opened the gifts, we took pictures with everyone before they left, and it was just a good old time. It was nice seeing my little nephews. We only had 2 children at this event. My little 5-month-old nephew and he just turned 3 yesterday, and my 3-year-old nephew. So it was just nice to see everybody, and that's pretty much what happened. We're so excited to welcome our little girl here in the next few weeks. We still have 5 weeks to go, but who knows, she might show up early. We're excited, and I will be updating you soon. And I just want to thank you for watching this video in its entirety, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.